Where are you coming from?
Alabama.
Did you come here special for this?
Yes, exactly.
It's just wonderful.
We planned on doing this for a couple of years, only we finally did it.
This story starts with an article from the Waco Tribune that says more people visit the Magnolia Market than visit the Alamo. I want to verify if that claim is true, but quick question. What's the Magnolia Market?
We're Chip and Joanna Gaines. Chip, I need you to hold that up there. Do you like that?
Love it.
Magnolia is the creation of Chip and Joanna Gaines, who live and work here.
Are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper?
They are the royal family of cable television, and their insane popularity has made Waco a tourist destination for home improvement fanatics.
We're actually very fortunate to have some very good tour companies in Waco.
Who'd have thought there'd have been any?
Exactly.
Scott Byrne owns one of those tour companies. He's part of what he calls the Magnolia effect. New companies springing up around town, catering to the new tourism economy.
That's the original Magnolia shop. And Chip and Joanna own that right there. That's where they attend church. So, you know, she loves to take the cabinets all the way to the ceiling. You don't want any wasted space.
Scott also bought one of the houses seen on the show. It's a highlight of his tour, with visitors snapping up home improvement ideas to take home for themselves. The Three Little Pigs house rents for up to $550 a night.
When you decided to start this business, did you have some projections?
I did, and I blew past them really fast.
All right, let's get back to that tourism claim. The Magnolia Market does not publish attendance information and declined my request for an interview, but it does share information with Carla Pendergraft with the Waco Convention and Visitors Bureau, and she's the one who's saying they've got more visitors than the Alamo.
So you started a little controversy, though.
Did I?
I think you did, didn't you?
They have an infrared counter somewhere there that counts the number of people going through the gate. So we think it's a pretty accurate gauge. And the last 2 years, they've been at 1.6 million.
More specifically, 1,619,925 visitors. Sounds official, but how accurate is it? Well, here's how infrared technology works. You can't see it, but at a point of entry, the beam gets broken every time someone walks through. Every time it breaks, the counter says one more visitor. Professor Michael Thomas Paz knows all about hospitality and tourism. He teaches at the School of Hotel Administration at Cornell University.
The weakness of the system is simply that you're going to end up with some kind of overcount typically, because you'll have people who are walking in and out multiple times.
So overcounting is a possibility. He also says the location of the popular Silo's Bakery could also create an overcount issue. The front door of the bakery is actually outside the main gate.
You know, somebody who walks into the market through the sensor, they walk back out, they come back in, and that counts as 2 visits, even though it's one person who's coming back, you know, back and forth twice.
Why is this important to the whole world?
I think it's the universal values that it represents. Bravery, self-sacrifice, honor, you know, standing up for something you believe in, even if it's going to cost you your life.
Dr. Bruce Wenders is the curator of the Alamo, where visitors are counted by infrared technology when they come through the front door of the iconic church. How many visitors does the Alamo get? In press releases, the Texas General Land Office, which controls the Alamo, says over 1.5 million visitors every year, which means the Magnolia wins by almost 120,000 visitors. But there's a problem. The Land Office now tells me for years it has mistakenly been using an outdated number. The official Alamo visitor count is actually 1,679,065. So it's actually the Alamo that wins by almost 60,000. And Winder says that stat does not reflect a large number of people who stop by to take a photo in the plaza but don't enter the church.
So they're here, they're having the experience, but they don't necessarily get counted because they don't go through an electronic device.
But that's going to be changing. There's a redevelopment plan happening that will tone down the carnival vibe around the Alamo, close the road to noisy cars and tour buses, move out the amusement parlors and move in an Alamo museum, And there will be formal entry points allowing all visitors to be counted.
When your project's done, do you feel like the number is going to be higher?
I think it'll be higher,
A lot higher?
significantly higher.
So does the Magnolia record more visitors than the Alamo? It turns out the answer is no. In fact, it's possible the Magnolia overcounts while the Alamo undercounts. Look, the Magnolia effect is impressive. But compared to Waco, San Antonio is a tourist mecca that gets 10 times more visitors with the Alamo as its crown jewel. And don't forget it. If you've got something you want verified, send me an email.